Hello, people. I finished a book. Uh, Today's Monday. I think I finished this on Sunday. Dragon Hunter. Roy Chapman Andrews and the Central Asiatic Expeditions. This wasn't too bad of a book. Uh, Actually, I don't even know why I got this because this is not what I've been reading. You know, it's for one, it's the 20th century. But I used to really love natural history and paleontology. I haven't read that kind of stuff in 20, 30 years. This wasn't too bad. It was, you know, it's a biography, so, I got to learn about his grandparents and where he grew up, and fuck, I don't give a crap about that. I wanted to read about the expeditions into the Gobi Desert, and certainly that was in here, but uh, the author spends a lot of time on how he had to fundraise for all this stuff and all the politics behind it and the permits and shit that he had to get from the Chinese and from the Mongolians and then there's like a Bolshevik revolution in Mongolia and Russians appear on the scene and they want a piece of the pie and when they're in the middle of one of the expeditions, the book is wonderful. They went out there with they had camel trains that would go a different direction and meet them, and the camels would carry gasoline and supplies, and they had cars and trucks that they went through the desert with. Dodge vehicles is what they were supplied with. This all took place during the 1920s, and I don't know, it was pretty cool. It would have been just wonderful to be on one of these expeditions. The expeditions themselves didn't really last very long because the weather turns to shit there in that area, and so they maybe had 3 months, and then they had to fucking pack up all the fossils and ship the fossils to Peking and then go through some more wrangling to get them out of the country. And really, when you think about it, it's kind of odd that some Americans and some Europeans could get together, go to somebody else's country, and take fossils and leave with them. It's just, that kind of thing wouldn't happen nowadays. I got just a little bit of notes here. A couple of these are footnotes. Page 44. My next book, I'm getting back to my normal type of reading. He became, he became like a self-taught expert on whales. And he went to whaling stations, he went on whaling ships. And they were talking about this California gray whale that was overhunted so badly that everybody thought it was extinct. And I guess it's just like a subspecies of gray whale. And they did find out that it made another migration in other areas. But this is just a footnote here. With the cessation of hunting in the 1880s, gray whales gradually reappeared on the Pacific coast. By 1947, however, their survival was so endangered by renewed hunting that the United States placed them under federal protection. Why would it take twice to figure out you can't just kill all the fucking whales? And then I got, my next note says, footnote page 28. But that was 44. So I'm guessing it should read 48. There's 48 and there's nothing there. There's another footnote here, but I don't know. My poor note-taking has spared everyone from me reading some more. I have a note here that says explorers in the 19th and 20th century killed a lot of fucking animals. And that's what they did. They just went around killing animals. They would skin them and save the skins. Uh, Andrews had people that would stuff the animals that went with him. And I mean, they talk about, going to the mountains and killing these sheep and killing 20 specimens. Why the fuck they needed 20 specimens, I don't know. Okay, we got second paragraph here, page 150. This was not a long book. It's 321 pages. While they were camped at a well called Ondaye Sayre, the Gobi began to reveal its scientific treasures on a scale never imagined by Andrews and his companions. By evening of the second day at Ondaye Sayre, Granger, Colgate, Larson, and their energetic Mongol guide had gathered several sacks filled with fossil bones, plus an important collection of ancient fish, crustaceans, plants, and insects preserved in paper-thin shales, including a mosquito and delicate wings of giant mayflies. In the meantime, Berkeley and Morris had found the outline of a massive granite batholith, a formation of igneous rock generated by volcanic upheavals, which usually remains below the surface, portions of which they outlined on topographical maps. Andrews pronounced the area a zoological paradise. His traps snared animals not encountered anywhere else in the desert, among them a rare species of jerboa, a rodent with comically long hind legs that was subsequently named, I'm not going to try and read this Latin name, but the second part of the Latin name is Andrewsi. What the fuck do you want? Shush. After surveying the richness of the discoveries found everywhere, it was soon apparent to the members of the Third Asiatic Expedition that they had stumbled upon the scientific Xanadu for which they had risked their reputations and traveled to the ends of the earth to seek. I wish the whole book was like that paragraph. And then go to page 186. Reading about his fundraising was kind of an ordeal. While earning a substantial sum for the expeditions, Andrews' lectures had the unfortunate effect of rekindling the debate over evolution. Some of his appearances, especially in the South and Midwest, were picketed by fundamentalists. Others bombarded him with derogatory letters. Under a headline in the Searsdale Enquirer stating, "Roy Andrews' Apparel to Youth," a local resident objected to having anybody talk who will spread among the children and younger folk the dreadful doctrine of evolution. He was particularly incensed because among the pictures which Mr. Andrews is to show are some fossilized eggs laid by reptiles millions of years ago. According to the writer, the man who does that insults our intelligence and our God by claiming to act as an authority for the age of the earth, which is written in the upper left-hand corner of my Bible as 4004 BC. What the fuck that guy's name? Byron. The guy that was, in on the Scopes trial and everything, he actually, was bitching about Andrews. And I thought I had made a note, but that one animal that had the second part of its name, Andrewsy. Andrews had like 13 animals that have that Andrewsy that he discovered new species. There's some quotes by Stephen Jay Gould in here. Apparently, Stephen Jay Gould really, he thought that Andrews was some type of a hero. And there's also a quote by this Arctic explorer, this Stephenson. I don't know, man. Apparently, the author doesn't know quite a whole lot about Stephenson because Stephenson was kind of a jackass, and he abandoned his men in his men were in this boat that had frozen into the ice, and some of them perished. Uh, just for that, Stephenson is not good. Thanks for watching.